5 tips that have helped me as I've gone about writing my fantasy book series. Number 1. When I started writing, I got a bunch of 5 stars and I labeled them based off of what the book was. So this one is the index part 1. I'm not going to show you the front because that has the title of the book. And this has a lot of the characters and their personalities and kind of where they belong. I can't really say much more than that. And this one has the history I've created, languages I've created, random notes like that. Tip 2 is once I have all of this out of the way, I then started transcribing it into my computer using a Word document. Let me show you. Okay, for example, I created this new Word document and I just typed for title book, new book, because it's not a real book. Then I did character into, this way I could search just by characters. So if you come over here, character, here I just did 1, Jane, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm right there at Jane, because usually these are like 40 pages long for me, but right now it's just all on one sheet, Jane. And then here's what we know about Jane. Her gender, she's a girl, her age, she's 20, and her species is human. Well, if I want to look into a little bit of the timeline of the book that I've so far figured out, I'll come over here and I will click timeline, and then, oh, look, we have all of the timeline right here, and I can just go click right on chapters 10 through 16 if that's what I'm working on, and I can kind of remember what I outlined for chapters 10 through 16 before I got into the meat of the book. So I'm like, okay, here are the things I need to get done, and then I can also collapse all of these and make it look all nice and neat. Oh, character, history, language, timeline, outline. That is my favorite thing to do when I just need a break from writing dialogue and world building. I just switch over to, actually it's more world building, just kind of getting those things out of the way. Tip 3, and this one has helped me so much, especially when I don't want to write, I work in sprints. So I'll be like, gotta sit down for 15 minutes and write, and I'll give myself 5 minutes off, and I'll go on TikTok and I'll watch other writers just to like inspire myself to want to go back and write immediately. I won't go on and start an episode on Netflix, or I'll like get up and get something to drink and then start back down. But I 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off. Tip 4 is when I am on, I listen to the exact same music the whole time I am writing, and not just that day, the whole time I'm writing that book. So with this book that I'm currently writing, I will listen to the Vivaldi 4 Seasons the whole time I'm on. But as soon as that 15-minute sprint is over, I turn off the music. It's like Pavlov's dog. I am not writing. My brain is not trying to write. And then I might turn on another music if I'm not on TikTok. But if I'm not hands to the keyboard, I'm not listening to Vivaldi 4 Seasons. Tip 5, you can't edit a blank page. Doesn't matter how stupid it looks. Like I just typed that little thing in like 2 minutes. Doesn't matter how stupid it looks. I can already see the potential for like a book there. Turkish, Romanian, a girl named Jane. All right, let's do this. But you can't edit a blank page and no one's watching you write. You can, I do this all the time. I'll be like, insert whole paragraph here and highlight it yellow, because in the flow of what I'm writing, I'll have like a chunk of stuff. I was like, I need to get that off my list. It's really propelling the story forward. And then I don't want to write a whole scene of them walking an hour, but they need that scene because there's dialogue. So I'll be like, insert paragraph about them walking. And then I'll move on to what they're talking about at their destination, what they're doing, what they're getting done. You can't edit a blank page. Just get something done and move on. All right, those were my 5 tips for starting to write your book. I am an amateur writer. It says it up here or down there. I am not published, but I do love writing. It's so much fun. And these are just kind of things that have helped me write, and I love them. So if it helps you, I hope it helps you. Thanks, guys.